aha moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President BOAKAI only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something, we praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President BOAKAI
administration, by portraying an image like we were against the traditional practices of our country. Let us set this record straight. We are not against these practices, but also there should be policies, there should be priorities set aside by the government to ensure that these traditional practices align with, the globalized, sector, because the war has advanced. We cannot keep reducing or declining ourselves, subjecting ourselves to something that the war has gone far and beyond. We have to align with the war. So, BOAKAI, under BOAKAI administration, this country image continue to decline on a daily basis. That I can see. This country's image continue to decline on a daily basis because these things that they criticized yesterday, here are we. They have all resurfaced. And here they cannot do anything about it. When you even talk on the side of the truth and based on honesty, you have one minister sitting down at Ministry of Information, dismissing and resorting into insults. So these are the kinds of people we have in our governing system. We no longer have people that will look at the truth or accept the truth from rival or opposition political parties. These people, when they were not in government, they even criticized free school. They criticized free YXC. They criticized every single thing in this country. But today, their mouth are sealed. Their mouth are closed. They have shut up their mouth. They can no longer see the realities. They can no longer acknowledge bad from right. So it means that they just wanted to come, in the society. They just wanted to come to power and continue what they said were not right yesterday, because they claim that they are.
I believe that Gregory Cuomo should relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Cuomo should be arrested. Gregory Cuomo should be handcuffed. Gregory Cuomo should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many people, not just in Liberia, but across the world. Yesterday, the United Party government made you to believe that George Weah was importing kush into the country. I do not only believe that Gregory Cuomo should relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Cuomo should be arrested. Gregory Cuomo should be handcuffed. Gregory Cuomo should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many people, not just in Liberia, but across the world. Yesterday, the United Party government made you to believe that George Weah was importing kush into the country.
everything they campaign against are now normal laws in Liberia. So our girls need to, to acquire significant education in this country. Because there's a saying that says when you educate a girl, you educate an entire nation. So what are we doing to safeguard the image of our young women? It's not by some traditional, or practices. Yes, we can blend these things. We are taught from home. We are normally taught to be homekeepers. But we should prioritize education. We should not subject young women to reduce them to something that they do not want to be. If you ask most of these young women, that they are forcing them into things that they don't like, they will clearly tell you that, oh, we don't like what is going on. They are underage children, for heaven's sake. They cannot speak for themselves. So if we cannot lead them on the right path, what are we as people of this country? So this government is useless to its core because they have seen things going on the bad trend and they cannot speak about it. All they do is to sit down, abuse our young women, and also sit down and start insulting when people are even trying to give them honest opinions.
Thank you. Go ahead on with the way.
Yeah, so on the topic, I think it has been dealt with sufficiently by my colleagues. I don't want to waste my time. If Mr. BOAKAI can appoint a rapist, it tells you they have no value for women. If Mr. BOAKAI's
to call on our international partners, the way this government is proceeding, we smell war. We repeat, the way the Joseph Nimba BOAKAI government is proceeding, we smell war, we smell chaos, we smell problems. Today, Joseph Nimba BOAKAI is disrespecting all of the laws in Liberia. And it's like he's doing it and walking away with impunity. We will not accept it, Mr. BOAKAI. We are observing you, we are watching you. If you try anything, that country will be small for you and your associates, including your family member. I say associate, you and your associate. You cannot take us back to chaos. No way. We know what it means. So we will fix you. You wake up in the morning, 4 o'clock, you can't walk because somebody will come. They take collar, they chop you and take whatever they take from you. These people there, they call. When the motorcyclist, almost about $5 million was taken from the poor motorcyclists by the government of Liberia, by Joseph Nimba BOAKAI government, took the children money and lied to them that, oh, we get your head, you will have insurance, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, they took their money, then get them shishi, they tell them, say, you go sit down back home. The lawmaker then, they call the transport minister to say, Selita account. The money here where you took from the children of Gregory Komoka, the money where you took from the children, they call. These people are doing what they are doing because they think that they can deceive you and myself. The home of Paul King, there wasn't a single police.
Agreed to give that land to Guinea.
How they have been. Look, let me say, what kind of investigation have Gregor Como gone through and then come out with facts findings? The Capitol building burned right in Gregor Como hand because we saw Gregor Como there at the Capitol building beating lawmakers, taking charge of the building. Why they were?
I believe that Gregor Como should relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Como should be arrested. Gregory Como should be handcuffed. Gregory Como should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many people, not just in Liberia, but across the world. Yesterday, the United Party government made you to believe that George Weah was importing kush into the country. Let me say this and be very emphatic about it. That there will be nothing will happen to that border in terms of violence because Joseph Boakai has agreed to give that land to Guinea. Every time you hear them say we're having diplomatic approach, in that diplomatic approach, he has given the land to Guinea. We are not in a diplomatic approach. We are on the surface, on the pavement, observing the situation and seeing the outcome of the situation. So if Mr. Sharif is telling me that I'm having a conversation with your brother there to give you back your property, and my brother keep coming back to this property, that means he's deceiving me. But in his conversation with that my brother, he's telling him that take this property is for you. So it is just the case with the Guinea and Solomon Bureau. President Boakai has agreed 100% to turn that place over to Guinea. That is why you see that Guinea is having no remorse. Guinea can come as far as beyond even the land to say they want to build immigration office and they want to construct custom office. If Guinea did not get green light, my brother, they will never do that. Everything that is happening at that border is sanctioned by Joseph Boakai. Yeka did not lie. Boakai mortgaged that land to the Guineans.
So, if I may ask you, my brother Jake, do you agree with this assertion?
The home of Paul King, there wasn't a single police officer that went there. Today, they say club owner is involved with the drugs. We see the whole police, they surrounded that club. One of my friends told me, he said, Prince, you know what we went down there for? He was part of the operation. So you know what we went there for? I said, no. He said, we went there to go destroy the camera that they had there, the how you call it, the CCTV. He said, we went to go collect that bus so we can destroy it. He said, you know how many government officials then go into that place? They're carrying on dirty deeds. You know, Jake, I think it was you that said this thing here on the platform. That I think it was you that said it.
Yes. I said it on Friday.
Yes, on Friday. It was my man that called me today. He was part of that operation. He said, Prince, nobody was so lie to you. In Liberia now, it is Gregory Como that will determine who will be persecuted and who will not be persecuted. You can decide now who you will arrest and who you will not arrest. This particular Queen Johnson, who was wanted by the police under the regime of His Excellency President Dr. George Manabuya when he was almost like at the verge of leaving power. We saw notice wanted by the Liberia National Police, but how you call it for Queen Johnson. Today, where is Queen Johnson? Oh, okay. So you want to tell me that the police authority under President Weah, it was different. Now under Joseph Zimi-Bamballa, it's different now. So Queen Johnson now is passing around free. What happened to that one? What was the investigation that was conducted? So she's free now. She's going around. She's free. She's part of the government. So it is now clear that people who are associated with the government can commit crime and walk away with impunity. So it is now clear that people who are with the government can be able to do anything and they will go scot-free without anybody asking them. Once you are with Unity Party, it means that's a passport for you to commit a crime and nobody will ask you questions. Oh yes, we saw it.
I believe that Gregory Como should relinquish the position, but I believe that Gregory Como should be arrested. Gregory Como should be handcuffed. Gregory Como should be investigated and subsequently thrown behind bars for being involved with this drugs issue that is destroying the lives of many. As an American, a higher crew, an American financial expert, he came in the country. While Americans were investigating, Mr. Joe Boakai was attending bring back our money protests. Even though enough efforts were made, enough pressure were exerted on ourselves by the presidency then led by President George Manabuya, that in the squad mind of Joe Boakai wasn't enough.
he went with a whole set of protests at the executive mansion where arms were displayed. Yeke and others have arms. They talk about those arms. Henry Costa, you know, so when you talk about what is Innovia? When you don't know who next, you know, will be seen like a receiver of gifts. They say all laser poshket. So it's difficult to tell which one someone from better each. That's what the Igbo men say in the book James Foy Part written by Professor Achibi, right? So right now it is difficult for us to tell, you know, who is Ekatel in a state of absolute uncertainty, in a narco state like ours, where the Colombian judge leader will make a video and accuse the son of the president. Yet the president is not moved. Nothing is moving whatsoever.
Issue, one of the major issue we had in Liberia was this government official that went on a raping spree and a sodomizing spree. We saw what happened at the Ministry of Youth and Sports with J. Brian McGill when he raped a 14 years old girl. And at the end of the day, the Liberian National Police gave him certificate and said, my man, go, you free man. I don't know whether the police can adjudicate that particular area, that particular case. We also saw what happened with Peter Bonjala when he sodomized a 15 years old boy and dropped that ball on the beach and left him to die. Before this drugs issue, there were so many rapes all around the place and sodomizing our children and etc. The two cases that really caught us is this issue of the little girl and that of the Peter Bonjala sodomization case. Where are we now when it comes to that particular case? Because the last time they collected Peter Bonjala, they carried him to jail. Is the Ministry of Gender, are they really raising concern? Are they really still looking at it? Or they are just close their eyes on this and then everybody tell us about this.
Now, two ministry are practically, I call it thing.
The executive privileges and access for his son and say, look, go and recuse yourself. That is what a serious president would do. If BOAKAI had done that, trust me, I would resign from the CDC and started supporting him. That would tell me that he put Liberia first. For Mr. BOAKAI sitting there, the cherry picking, dismissing sweeper, dismissing driver, dismissing wheelbarrow carrier, and you say, what is enough? Look, Prince Sherry, whether you being hypocritical or not, to even ask that question for me is questionable. To look at what is happening in Liberia, to look at our country, you know, for 2 months, government can't tell anything. And do you know that Bola, there's a guy called Bola who Johnny Bola. Do you know that Johnny Bola, who was later on, you know, dismissed and nothing has happened? Do you know that his position, all the intelligence agencies within the Liberia National Police report to him, including Interpol? Do you know that that guy was responsible to put all of the just cartel members' name in the Interpol? To this point, nobody's name is in the Interpol. That's why all those cartels escaped from the country. We don't know who is involved. And you say it's enough? Prince Sherry, who does that? What is enough here is for BOAKAI to blind his eyes, to refuse to honor the theory of superior respondent in criminology and in the law. Gregory Kumo has recommended men to be appointed by BOAKAI. All those he appointed, they are deemed to be criminal. And yet he's standing there. And BOAKAI wants us to believe that he's not aware. Mr. BOAKAI has proven his ineptitude to the zenith. He has proven, in fact, BOAKAI, if we have a serious legislative branch of government, he should be impeached for defacing, you know, our state. Mr. BOAKAI should be impeached for desecrating the sacredness of the presidency, tear unto a son to him by the Liberian people. If that country was a sound country, the legislature led by the regime speaker will at this point, you know, come back from reset. The state cannot be in a state of turmoil. We cannot be in a narco warfare, and then we have our lawmakers say they own recess.
Well, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, as usual, it is always a privilege for us to, you know, be on this platform, for us to be in front of you, for us to have this conversation together. We want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you who've been very, very supportive to our own contribution towards the development and the growth of Mama Liberia. I want to say thanks to all of you. As usual, we ask that you do us a favor, and that favor we require of you is to kindly hit for us the share button. That is, you can share with friends, you can share with family members, you can, tag as many persons as you can tag, so that at the end of the day, we all can have, a very, very, very wonderful time. So, again, for and on behalf of all of us on here, I want to use this time to say all of you are welcome. We appreciate you, and we hope that you can be able to, use this time wisely. So again, I want to say welcome to all of us. Thank you so much. Now, you might hear some, because like we said, we're always sharing the space with the family. So the other people might be on the other side playing while we're on the other side, and they will need our attention at certain times. So just bear with us while we, do what we are supposed to do here. So again, I want to say welcome to all of you. It's a great time. Let's have it together. Let's do what we are supposed to do in the interest of Mama Liberia for Liberia. So again, I want to say welcome. Thank you for always being, very present, for always being there, for always being supportive in everything that we do. So again, we want to say thank you so much. And as usual, just hit for us the share button, and let's have a very, very wonderful time. Thank you so very kindly. Let's use this time. I hope I am loud and clear. Yes, I am. Let's use this time to welcome some distinguished personality that have joined us on here. We want to say welcome to Prince Mulba. We welcome Simeon Zoe Jr. How are you? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. You can just tell us where you're following us from. Simeon is following us from Monrovia. Thank you so much, Simeon, for your presence here, joining us from Monrovia. All of you who are joining us, we want to say welcome to all of you. We appreciate all of you, and we want to say thank you so much for the level of support that you continue to give to this platform. We really, really do appreciate it. And like someone will say, words are inadequate to express how grateful we are for all of the support that you continue to give us. Thank you so, so, so very kindly. Thank you so very kindly. So again, just hit for us the share button, and let's get ready. Let's get started with what we are supposed to be doing here. How are you, Tom? Thank you so much, Tom, following us there from Pennsylvania. We appreciate your presence. Thank you so very kindly. We want to welcome Momo Blamo. Thank you so much for joining us, Momo. We do appreciate your presence. Thank you so, so very kindly. Thank you. Thank you. We do appreciate you. So again, hit for us the share button. Let's get ready. Hit for us the share button, please. Let's get ready and let's do this together. Yeah. Let's get ready and do it together. Let's do it together. Fellow Liberians, we have a responsibility. Welcome to Josephine Cooper Soman. Thank you so much. Joining us there from the Old Road Sinker. Thank you so very kindly. Those of us that are in the diaspora, we have a responsibility. And that responsibility is to ensure that the diaspora is kept in check. That responsibility is to ensure that we inform our people about what is obtaining in the simplest form possible. Because most of our people are very busy with other issues. They may not have the time to know what is happening. So they use this platform to try to understand what is happening back home. So we are here to inform our people. We are here to erect the necessary checkpoint for the development of Liberia and what is obtaining back home. Yesterday, these people had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to use their presence in the diaspora and transform our people's life. That they did not do. They collected arms and ammunition, and they sponsored subversive activities that led to the death of more than 200,000 Liberians, innocent ones too. We want to welcome Grant Gaga, Gamoso. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Gamoso. Peter Grant, watching us there from Fargo, North Dakota. You are welcome. So they used the opportunity that they had here in the US to buy arms and ammunition. They felt that the best way that they could get their voice heard at the time was to wage war against our people. They did not think of the consequences because they wanted to unseat a government. They decided that, look, if people will be unalive, it doesn't matter, but let's do it. And that they did. To the extent that some of them are still proud of what they did. They are still proud. Nathaniel, you are highly welcome. How are you, sir? They are proud of what they did. They are not even in a position to be remorseful of the atrocity that was committed. At the end of the day, they did all of those things because they wanted power. And the power was given to them. The authority was given to them. The leadership was given to them. What did they do? The only thing that they did was worse than what they criticized. They said all sort of things about the government of the slain President Samuel Kayode, Dr. Samuel Kayode. They said this man was a tribalist. They said this man was nepotistic. They said he was uneducated. They said he wasn't giving them the right and the opportunity, the privilege to participate in the general discussion. And they coined all kinds of diabolic narrative. And they unseat him, unalive him. When they were given the opportunity, they claimed that they know it all. You see, be careful with people who condemn everybody and claim the knowledge for everything. Be careful with them. Anybody who condemn everything that comes their way, they will condemn. They will criticize. They condemn. They criticize. Be careful with such people. Be careful with them. Anybody who profess to know it all, be very careful with that person. Very careful. Today, what we are seeing, fellow Liberians, it is not different from what we saw under the regime of the slain President Samuel Kayode. They made us to understand that President Samuel Kayode was illiterate. That's what they said. They said he was illiterate. They said he understood nothing about government and governance. They said all kinds of things. And at the end of the day, those things that they portrayed, they used it to bring war on our people. And they unseat. At the end of the day, it led to them unaliving him. The only difference with President Weah is that these people don't have the opportunity to bring gun. Because when they try it, they see gun, they see where they took the gun from. We take it from there, we go after they and their family. Clear, finish. That's the only reason. Look, these people are not afraid to commit crime. You know who they are afraid of? They are afraid of us. So that we will not hold Bible in our hand to say, let's forgive. No. We will not forgive anybody. We are not in a position to forgive anybody who will wage war on our people, who will be able to launch Liberia or plunge Liberia into chaos. We're not forgiving nobody. No. When you do nonsense, we will go after you and your family and your associate. Yeah. Tit for tat. You will not allow our own generation. Look at us, all as we are. All of the years that we're supposed to play, they were in war. Everything that we did that were in war, everything that we did, we never had the opportunity to enjoy ourselves as young people. Okay, you're feeling damaging our future. Our children too, who coming, y'all be there, y'all say no. Y'all will not get a chance. Y'all will be behind them. Y'all will hold them by their neck. Y'all will do this to them. You think we will continue to be a cycle, abject, what we refer to as backwardness? So the same thing they did to President Samuel Kando is the same thing they did to President Weah. The only reason why you see the people they ain't want to take on because they know they don't have the popular will of the people. They don't have the vote of the people. They can't try it no more. The places that they're going to think that they know, we too, we know there too. Oh yes, we have this area too. The addresses that they can go to go cause chaos, we can go to the same addresses too. Oh yeah, we can go there. Nobody will leave anybody behind. The places that yesterday they used to go in hiding, this time now we go in there in broad daylight. So we will not allow them to plunge Liberia into chaos. No, you try it, we'll be behind you. Because all of them now we all know enjoyment. And they're sending their children abroad to Google schools, sending their girlfriend there abroad, and they're sending their family there abroad. Or you will send your family abroad. Then you think you will cause chaos for Liberia and sit there and cry your legs. You laugh. We'll go after you. Justify this, keep this, and save it. Anyhow you want to save it, we'll go after you. You cannot damage our future. Then we try to move from inside to give our children better life. Then you say, no, our children will not get better life. You will get a sour life. Your children too will get sour life. Anywhere they are, they like it, they can be in space. We'll go there. They too will face the same better life. Yeah. The same way that you will use, if you will use the democratic process to give our children better life, we'll use the same democratic process to give your children and your associate better life. If you will use an unorthodox method, we'll use the same unorthodox method to 50-50. Nobody going nowhere. Nobody now people putting things around it. But on this note, we want to welcome our brother Jake. My brother Jake, welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Prince, and to the followers once again. Respect to you. Salute to the followers. Always, you're here to spread the video. You're sharing. Sharing is free. The message going there. The debate is on. So you're here to share this video. So yeah, a good topic you started from, Prince. You see what the difference is between Samuel Doe and George Weah Liberians? Because at that time, there was no social media. But this time, it's social media. They try it many ways. You know everything. You know what happened in the country. The president should step down. All that thing there, they march to the executive mansion. But George had to come for petition. If George had to come for that petition that particular day, they have planned now to assassinate the former president. So that was just by the grace of God and his vision and everything. God said, no, you don't come from, you don't, they cannot cry, you cannot come for petition. That's why I ask the Liberian people, what have changed now? So yeah, they brought lyrics, they brought rhetoric, they went to Washington, D.C., they spread the propaganda during the Ronald Reagan era, all these things, and they were all over there. We've seen Washington, D.C., they see Ellen Johnson selling them today. Destroy the executive mansion with being 24 hours or 48 hours. You remember that famous video? She sat down and God made her president of the republic. But she never worked in that same executive mansion. When she told the Liberian people they must destroy the mansion, they would build it back. She was there. She couldn't go back to that place. I told people the reason why she never went back there, because she believed her native may enter that executive mansion. That the reality. Who came along and faced the executive mansion, Liberians? They seen George Weah. They were there for 12 good years, allocated millions of dollars to run the video seats of the president. George Weah got to come along with Magay, all these people there. Now they wanted to move Magay. They shouldn't be in the government. They were supporting the government. They were all lies and propaganda. They run the video at the seat of the president today. They are dining in today. And what God could make it, when George Weah from the Veda Executive Mansion, who he invited, called say Lustin, invited St. Ellen Johnson Shelley, and she marched to the Executive Mansion during our 200th anniversary. See how God can work. The St. Executive Mansion, they were afraid of that they toppled somebody on, another native man. So you see them playing all over, they play on the social media era, all of them gang together. Spread that propaganda, that gibberish, that falsehood, that narrative spread is sunk in the Liberian people. 16 billion missing money. What was the bomber crow? False narrative, he being condominium. He married today, he's selling your oil block. Poor Liberia. They were just trying to see how you can help to face the country. Since 1847, you never have road. He paved the highest road ever in Liberian history. The kilometer road, it never happened. All your villages, no road. Even the Monserrado County, the Monserrado, that Morovia, that Monserrado, the 17th district, there was no road connecting. He faced all these feeder roads in that particular county, the 17th district. They were not saying enough for them. Propaganda spread, and the group of the other native boys back that propaganda. They all cool because they believe they went to certain elite school. Now know that the more dummy low IQ people, but they were parading themselves in the corridor of the country that they smarter than other people. If you check the IQ now, and you sit down the debate, we seen it displaying on Sandro Johnson insulting on the platform of the information ministry. Insulting because why they can't say they don't have that thick skin. They were criticizing all over the country, putting picture, everything. Somebody died in Nigeria, they were bringing rainfall in Nigeria, everything. They were just taking different photos all over the world, pushing our Auckland agenda. All Liberia Day. What have changed now? That why I say I'm gonna go why that don't mean they call Radio Kigali spoon talk. Central Water Spoon came from that native background. He never supported it. Why had they glancing in the face? Today you can see him walking all on social media, acting that he know the country, acting that he can they the game changer of the country because Waga they not giving what he wanted. You think they're gonna give him what he wanted? He will be talking today. You'll still be pushing the same propaganda. You will still be toting the water of the United Party. He's seen. Seriously, she now bringing Ronnie CNN. They're talking about Joss and other things. Then Ronnie CNN, all these native people cheering in. Came from our whole southeast, having a bigger newspaper going against his own people, his own tribe men. While it bouncing their faces, they can't see that way clear. They have to leave Monrovia to go to America to sit down on spoon. They had a lot of hit pieces. I remember vividly when Georgia was trying to and putting order with the invisible part. Oh, the air fear. Please, we're going to land there for over 24, 20 to 30 years. Please, don't land there. They were blocking all, they were talking red tape all around the place for him to not face that invisible part. And today, he faced that invisible part. And all the chanting horses around that invisible part, he making a modern structure today. He blinded in the faces today. Said in the invisible part, you now see plane into said the United Party came to power. Plane now come there now. Any plane there? Even at airport, they don't even face it. The spring fee now, and they say the job was deserving, and then they face it now. Where other than gallery now, the PHP part, where the room charging money on the PHP part, garbage say yeah me. Destroying the main legacy. You think that's not a problem for George Weah? If George Weah come to power, he can pay bigger part more than that anymore. He will pay bigger part more than that. The PSP will be a peanut, so the kind of part George Weah planning to pay again. But my question to Liberians then, yeah, are you people better off now than the 6th George Weah? The street pier will go now. Everything. You're feeding yourself in the country now. Food surplus in the country. Electricity everywhere now. Look at the medical structure in the country today. They lie and lie and lie in the corridor of the country. Nothing has changed in the Republic of Liberia. Or old age problem since 1847, 179 years old country look like village. You don't even have internet access. You don't have current transportation. The buses ain't running. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the country, everybody running home. What kind of country is that? The city center empty, Monrovia. On a weekend, by 1 o'clock, everybody finding a position to go because nobody trusts one another in the country. And robbery on steroid, just engulf the nation. I told people, I don't just in a nation. It comes with two things: prostitution and armed robbery and guns. What has changed today? Oh, Joria brought Kush, but they brought cocaine. Picker than Kush, they brought cocaine spray all over the country. What have changed? What thing have changed? They will cry all in the corridor. All the ministers, when they get that salary, they were building houses whatsoever. During that 12 years on early, they never built no houses. They were merry-making because they believed they couldn't leave the government. When George Weah King, all the native people, children that George Weah collected from the slum, that the Jefferson County, the Molu, all these people then, they came together through that salary. They started building that 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. They made noise only, like building property that crime. See what happening today, Liberians? They are building more massive property, $250,000 property. They go like Nicodemus to that property in the net, but with videoing everything. All of them building massive property. CDC was a joke, Liberians. CDC government official, assistant deputy, there was a joke. Go see the massive property the guys are building. I will always give one example to somebody that I know, that why I don't care. You won't feel bad, but you know that I'm talking reality. Go see the massive property. Eugene Facon. He never built on George Weah. When you're deputy information minister, he just here BC boss now. He got over $250,000 property now. I know why I call his name. Because I know him personally. You know I'm not taking it personal. You were in the vanguard of the CDC when this was spreading narrative. He never even had a good government car. Reality on a CDC. When they were talking about corruption was also mere propaganda, smear. Over $3 million project, yeah, skyrocket, shit in the Miami area, Ria area, Umbawa Joseph Boakai, $3 million plus. And that structure is there, sitting right now. I will speak. High happy. To buy massive property more than these people. So that why I always say they get something. If they think they can put that country back to the dark days, they get something to lose. They get more to lose than the CDC. And Spring was saying something today. If you bring war over on that country because you're greedy for power, you think you will get safe haven in Europe? You will get safe haven in America? Where you're in your family name? They will bring war, then your family then be merry-making in America. They will go after all of them because why? We dust all of them number, all their addresses that they're working in Liberia, that family in America will get almost all of their address. So they cannot escape. The reality, if they feel they will hold grace on power to put that country into a war, then they will come having safe haven in the Western world. That days are gone. We will find you people. Liberia, these things happen, you know how it happened. Let me bring one story now, way back. I remember when the Nazi German people, when they were witch hunting the Israelis then, when you heard about the Holocaust, those that caused the Holocaust today against the Israel people. You know what happened today? Most of them seek refuge in Argentina and other places. The Israeli Mossad and that security forces went after them one by one. You read our history, I'm telling you. They never had safe haven around the world. Everywhere they went for safe haven, when they caused that atrocity against the people of Israel, Today, majority of them die. They kill them piece by piece, piece by piece. How the Israeli revenge on this Nazi hunter, all these people that were killing the Jewish people at that time. The histories are the stories are there. It on tape, it on YouTube. Most of them see refugees in Bona areas, Argentina. The Mosaic and the other security forces. They hunted them piece by piece. They almost eliminated all of them that went exile. They eliminated all of them. You see, they will bring war on our country, and then they having say heavy with our family. Then while our money in the offshore banks, LIBERIA will never believe it. The one we coming to put together now, all their money are keeping all the very offshore banks around the world. I told people I'm a financial whistleblower. We will find it out. We will find, you know, the war, I always say people, the war is a global village now. There's nothing in healing. They lie today. What things have changed in the country? When the president first came to power, look at the kind of announcement he made. LIBERIA. You can still remember. He said people can register gun. If you get gun, you must register your gun. Imagine. Well, it never happened in our history. We just came from a fragile nation that came from the war. The president BOAKAI said people can, you know what they mean? That part, if they register gun, it will go in the arm of the United Party. They will never allow no sedition to register gun because they wanted to protect themselves. But you don't hear it all in the corridor anymore. But maybe that plane stay in motion. That plane because they don't want to relinquish power. I told you people, how can a country, how can a group of guys that say they're smart, educated, by 2029, Joseph BOAKAI will be 86 years. 86 Liberia. That's facing reality. Right now, he's not in total control. Now I'm talking about 3 more years from now. He will be 86. Then they force him to come back to power. King Biko. See what happened to Paul Biya in Cameroon. Why they want for 86-year-old men to rule the country? You know why? They won't get grace on power. They only using the 86-year-old man to hold grace on power. I told people, if he contests 2029, the vice president honor him. If they wreck the election, the vice president will be the next president in the kingdom of the earth. So that while they forcing the president, imagine Jeremiah Kun told you people that the president brain was going down. Then imagine that to 2029, Liberia, why you get a pacemaker? You put something in your heart to regulate your heart because you don't have the normal heartbeat. Go ask any doctor what they call the pacemaker. Even small children can have the pacemaker. It's not only to old people. But with that age alone, it's damaging the young people. Small people get small person because you don't have the normal heartbeat. They put something to regulate your heart. They imagine they won't keep in. That's why they plenty orders a fanatic of the Unity Party, the NEC chairman. I will always tell Sedition, if they don't do anything for him to leave that position, they must say goodbye to your election. Jake talking it. I'm here to show all that strategic plan. They're not smarter than small. All that plan they will not take to win another election by stealing the election. Because I told Liberians before the election in Liberia that George will lose. I came in Liberia. I will not told be where you hosted me. The time you had the Freedom FM. I said they will steal the election. I called my captain name. I said there were 3 ways for them to steal the election. And they stole the election. And they saw, and Prince, you were on the ground. You saw the deadly deed that went. You went all over the various counties. Nimba, you almost ran away from Nimba because of the help of Queen Johnson. Where he here today? Now they're hunting Samuel Coker now. Samuel Coker left is threatening all over the place now. Because they believe when Samuel Coker come in the arm of the CDC So you'll be the next president because they'll never do that nonsense a day in Nimba County anymore. And why they trying to eliminate Samuel Coker, trying to do everything to take Samuel Coker out of the picture. You can see it happening. So this circulating on social media allege, probably will see that confirmation that they attacked Samuel Coker with MDR, members of the MDR. They attacked Samuel Coker that they allege on social media. But we only confirm it when we see video surfacing in marching because they won't get grace on power. If Samuel Coker come in the orbit of the CDC, I bet Liberian, they will never steal Nimba County. So, Prince, I like how you started talking with the late Samuel Doe, that reality. But then probably because you were not hearing with give you a chance now for us to dive in a lot of things you want us to dive in.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Jake. Thank you so very kindly. You know, let's welcome our sister Hawa, our director of research, Tubazi Christopher Tubazi. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, we've said this time with our number, and we are not saying it because we enjoy saying it. We are not saying it because we are a violent set of people. We are saying it because when we look back at our life, look at where we are, it almost like what should have been done 20 years ago that what we're starting to fight to do now. I mean, in our personal life, those achievements that we should have had for ourselves and for our children 20 years ago, that now we already owe, and now we're trying to put it together. Then for us to sit down, a few group of people, they will just be there and just misbehaving. We think that they alone have monopoly over violence. Then it's about time that we tell them that we too love our family, we love our children, and will not allow them to plunge that nation into chaos and go and sit down somewhere in the name of let go talk peace talk out of Liberia, while people running here and there. And we are seeing the signs. This may look very harsh, but we are seeing the signs. When you have Guinea encroaching on our borders, only because of Joseph Numa Boaka's failure to address what he did, Guineans, they are not fools enough that they will just jump on and say, oh, we'll come and take over the border. We've been down there for hundreds of years, for decades. And not a single day we experience where Guineans walk on our land and say, oh, we'll come and take the area. No. Yes, there have been issue, confusion between family, but it has never been to that level where they are taking over our land. To see it happening under Joseph Numa Boaka, you must know that these guys are intentionally doing these things to create a toxic atmosphere that they can use as an excuse to do something funny in the elections. Says Josephine Campbell, you are welcome. So they are doing all of these things because they know very well that at the end of the day, they might want to use this as an excuse to perpetuate their way in power, in which will not work. It will not work.
Thank you, talk the topic. Let me ask you. Thank God, at least you stick on the topic for 1 minute or 2 minutes. Let me ask you. If Guinea is on our land, if Guinea on our land, then Liberia will read our constitution, the 1986 constitution. If Guinea on our land, is stay on our land to 20, won't do nothing. The former president meet a Guinean counterpart because he's the biggest opposition leader to clarify that land dispute. All Liberians and in America protest to the White House to demand a Guinean, like Dumuya whosoever, clarify why they on that land. So, but the men they stay on that land to 2029. The president make a statement. He say, incursion on our land, according to our constitution, will postpone the election. What would CDC do and the opposition do to you?
Well, the first thing is, Jake, I don't even want to entertain such a thought.
Entertain
I know it's you know, maybe one would say it's rhetorical, but where we have
Wait. You're quick to doubting. And they broke your party headquarters down at the Supreme, and the court said no, and they stated it. And they bring your sacrament tree down. The people never get in court order. The court said we're investigating the case. While you was sleeping, whatsoever happened, they take bulldozer. They ran straight to your party headquarters. The king, a resisting or kind of happen to that party headquarters. Number left going to be lost in that party headquarters. What happened? And they bring that party headquarters. What happened? Imagine the court said, no, you wait. Let's clarify the thing. They told both those. They say, well, you now want to entertain it? I'll told this thing there, you say you don't want to entertain it. Suppose Guinea stay on the land of 2029. Then they come with that statement. The Supreme Court back then. Let me tell you something. Read the 86 Constitution. The president have that duty, the constitutional duty. It's in the clause of our 1986 Constitution. Like when somebody's equal on your lane, he can turn. They call it a state of, because they call it a state of emergency. He not need Senate. He not need Senate confirmation. He not need a whole. He alone can declare state of emergency, and there will be no election. They will read the clause of the 1986. That thing y'all quit to that. When we spending the beans here for you to work on it and see what you can do, then you say, oh, you didn't want to discuss it because we're not happy. These things are, it could be your plan. The people are sneaky. It could be your calculated plan. Our blue, 5 different plans of the Unity Party to the CDC people. And the thing they fakao, that are business. Me, I'm living my life in Europe yet. Well, let me see that. We'll just see a plane because some of us love the president. Some of us live us as we eat as we get some people in the places there where we don't call that name, but we get some people in farm places in the European Union that let some all because the way we make our friendship. So you can never know. You can never know. Let me tell you something quick. October, one of the biggest for George Weah. Let me call it, I would say yet to net. They having an Israeli, in Israel over here having election. The Allah of George Weah, the prime minister, a big brother to George Weah. When you win the Israeli election, I seen it here on the platform now. Put my face in the video. They will never steal that election. I'll say it always. If the Republican come to power, 2028, that 3 elections going on that I know about. 2028, if the GOP win, George is the next president. You have marked my leg. If a Republican retain power, he will be the next president. I know what I'm saying. I will never disclose it to nobody. You will hear it. Then they're having another election in Severloon, 2028. Mala Bio West will be contesting. If she win the election in Severloon, over 10,000 or 15,000, Severloon will cross that border. They will get in our voter registration. They will take part in that election. The party that wear green whatsoever. Unity Party that wear the same green. I mean, remind Liberian quick. They will say, yeah, Jay, you smart. You remember when we're having that debate, when Liberian were having debate for crowd. They used to take the Severloon green people, the Malabio Party people, photo all in Severloon. They will put on Facebook, they say that Unity Party crowd. Because what? See, the Unity Party get green, and Malabio and support Joseph Boakai get green. Liberian, you see where I'm coming at. You saw that video, they want to be circulating. Now they will take the rally with Malabio. They will play that picture on Liberian people put on social media, getting that rally to compare the crowd because they don't have the crowd with CDC. That's I'm saying to you, Malabio West, when she will win, you mark my lip, you keep my video. She will win the election if she take part. She will, if she's running to take part. Her husband cannot go for 3 terms. She will win. Y'all keep my video. Say, yeah, Jay, you saw it long time. She will win the election in Seven by hope, by crook, by everything. Because why? They will never want to relinquish power. If it talk for Malabio, another thing Malabio will do. Liberian, you are listening to me quick. Seven Luna will listen. Another thing Malabio will do, he will stage a fake coup. He will leave the country for one of the general. It happened in Equatorial Guinea in Bodi. The opposition will, you have to look at all the train. All the train. I see another thing again. It will happen in Senegal. It will happen in Senegal. The Senegalese leader, when I want to, that young guy will never want to relinquish power because the prime minister in Senegal, that a friend, why they have the beef today. He, according to all the opinion poll in Senegal, he leading. Now he's a president of the Senate. He the biggest in the parliament, or the way we can say legislature. He get numbers upon numbers. So he too, now he's a chairman of ECOWAS. They relinquished the power to him when Brother Baka ordered them went to Ghana. The Senegalese president now is a chairman of ECOWAS. I just dishing all the training. I will go down the West African region. You will come to me tomorrow. You say, yeah, Jake, you never been in the politics in beginning, but you can analyze. I just breaking things in for you. When I can't import the Unity Party planning also CDC people, what I like about you're the cold water only. And that cold water, you're not smile will boil your back. It will be more cold and waste back on you. When people were telling you that the garden will steal the election, they helped but Malcolm McCarthy, the American ambassador, they were looking all these things. Then what happened? They stole that election. You know it, Prince. You were on the ground. You were all over the trenches. What happened? They were even want to threaten your life and all. So when we come here and be telling CDC to guard yourself, the president and the cronies should get prepared. Take the game to this guy from all southwest. From OSA, destroy that narrative from OSA. Well, we'll get thousands of international community that will monitor that election. They will send forces all on the sea. So we get our potential to do it because we don't trust the NEC boss. I'll be breaking the people playing them down. Oh, you can be putting cold water. If somebody's on our land, Prince, that cold water you want to put on it, you're gonna have election. Go ahead.
You know, my brother Jake, as you asked the question, and this was what I was about to say, and I'm going to say it again. All of us, we spent a lot time, energy, effort, resources, etc., to bring Liberia where it is. Even our international partners, they've gone above and beyond, lost their lives for where we have reached as a people. Yes, we will have issues. But in my mind, in my opinion, I don't think that anybody is faith enough to be able to derail the peace that we are already on, or to take it from on the track that is on. Yes, we may have issues. I have one or two here and there, but I don't think that the Unity Party is able enough, is man enough to deny the democratic will of the Liberian people. With what you are saying, you are right. The president has the right in certain instances, based on the gravity of the issue, to declare a state of emergency. It can even postpone the elections or cancel it for this time and say because of X, Y, Z. But look, my brother, you first of all look at the gravity of the matter. The second thing, you look at the willingness of the people to accept that. Why it is true that people are crying, oh, political party not talking, people not talking. Look, the thing is as such that, assuming that you are a father, you call your son, advise your son, don't do this every day, don't do this. When that child perpetuates in that act, sometimes you just feel reluctant to even talk, because you know that whatever you will say, the child will not listen. So like you look at it for long, I mean, you lead a boy, you enjoy it. So by you not talking, it doesn't mean that you don't have an action to take. But it's just that you have reached to the place you have realized that your talking is a waste of energy. And you know that the person is heading in the wrong direction. So let them go ahead. Our people get this parable. He said when you tell small child, say, if I Peter Bala, he said when you tell small child, say, feces in the pancana, you will not believe it. When you crack the pancana and see the feces inside, you will holler, oh, it's inside the pancana. At that time, I late. I don't know, splash on him or whatever has happened. So I'm saying this to me. The Unity Party is getting a sign. The Unity Party is getting a signal. Others are concerned also, our international partners. And look, we can always play this, and there's a reason why we always play this before the show comes on. We played this video from the Unity Party chairman. Listen to what this man said. The international people are concerned. They are watching. They are observing. They are looking at Liberia. This is what the Unity Party chairman said. Let's know the Unity Party chairman, when he, according to him, attended a conference. Listen to
a moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President BOAKAI only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud.
you listening to Luther Tappe. So with the issue of Liberia, other people are concerned. And President Weah has made it even more difficult for Joseph Numa Boyka to misbehave as it relates to the votes of the people. Yeah, Boyka will be there, disrespect code, do this, do that. But look, President Weah has put this government in a very difficult position. I'm telling you, my brother. I know, I understand. And I say, oh, we rub this thing off. President Weah have placed Joseph Numa Boyka and his people in a very difficult position. The entire world, their eyes are right on Liberia. You listen to the party chairman. He went for conference. The first thing the people all here to tell him is, look, if President Weah here, he left that place peacefully. I mean, he made no noise. He left that democracy in check. Everything was okay. He left it. We're telling you, the same way how he left it peacefully, intact, you're going to do it the same way. That a UP chairman talking. You think he's talking because he want to talk? These people are also getting the pressure, my brother. They're getting the pressure. What kind of government will take over one international goodwill you don't have? 3 years, in fact, we're coming into the 4 year. One international goodwill, you are not being able to muster that or to attract it. You think it's for nothing?
Okay.
All of the going around, Joseph Numa Boyka is going around. What new has he brought to the Liberian people in terms of companies and employment? No, that is a substantive issue. So the thing is, these people are aware, my brother. Look, no country willing to take refugee again. No country.
Okay. Prince, can I ask you the second, then we can divert quickly and watch something? You must answer with sincerity. This man, Liberian, this man, I've been flagging it. This man, political predation, man predation. 2029. I know we can have our election in November or what's month. Okay, I know which month. I think that October in the rainy season. Yeah? Okay, Liberians are putting up a political predation to Prince here now. That man predation. 2029. If you look at if now 2027 is coming, if you look at all the opinion pool in the country now, everything start to net. Today, they say next we have an election. Nigeria will win with 60% of that vote, the way the Unity Party proceeded. The elected, they go, they rally all the opinion pool in the country. I talk about independent people from outside of the country. I'm talking about generally why we'll be preaching propaganda. We know where we're talking about opinion pool, the street, the Yana ball, everybody. When they say tomorrow, Georgia will win with 65% or 70%, whatever, with landslide. There's my prediction. 20 Liberians, you are listening carefully. 2029, by July, they see all the opinion pool, everything. Then the military seize power through a fake coup for Leka and seize power. Listen, Liberian, listen. This is my reason why I'm saying this. I say my prediction. I don't say it can happen. Not my own prediction. Everybody, we can say if football game, somebody win 2-1, what will happen? The way pastor they can see vision, they can happen. My own vision, I say my prediction, political prediction. July, before July 26, 2029. Because this is the reason why I'm saying this to the Liberian. The police, Liberian, are listening carefully. That 2 occasions this thing happened. But I'll tell you the famous one, because everybody saw that video. The police and the military had a problem. I know the police beat the military came and retaliate. Liberian, you saw Foley, the army chief came to a gas station with the RG. The bystander, all these people that were sitting watching them. You see what you know what they said? We want the military. We want the military. That thing was a big signal. Listen, Liberian, there was a big signal in the ear of the military. The bystander, all the Liberians were just there to watch the Sunday because nobody could go to the gas station. They barricaded that place. You see all the Liberians chanting, we want the military. We want the military. We don't want the police. We want the military. It was a big signal, but Liberian people overlook it. So what July, BOAKAI travel, he feeble, he evil, and they know Jeremiah Kun cannot win George Weah. The stage of fake coup, a military takeover. What would the CDC do?
Jake, we live in a global village. One thing you must understand is to look at the trend of event that is happening around us and the world. No country, I repeat, no country is willing to take anybody as refugee. The reason is there is population growth. There are challenges globally. Take for an example, the Guinea yesterday that will open her borders to Liberians and say, come. That Guinea is faced with her own problem. Population growth, new opportunities, etc., is putting weight on that government. They are not in the position to absorb anything that will be able to challenge their own local economy. They are not, in my view. Look at Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is with her own challenges. Population growth. Ivory Coast is now willing to take anybody as refugee because she is faced with her own problem internally and externally.
You not answer my question. You not answer my question.
I'm coming there, my brother. I'm coming there. Like every other country, they have their own problem. Now, people can be thinking about these things when they have the will of the people, when they are seeing the appetite of the people towards that particular effort or the way the people respond. Liberia, we have crossed that stage of giving even military credence to power. The people don't have that appetite. It's not among the people of Liberia. It's not there. More besides, the military is not even capable, my brother, of withstanding the anger of the Liberian people in Liberia. No, the military is not capable. We don't have that military capability in Liberia. We don't have it. And the military themselves, there are people in the military who are not willing for that nonsense. They are not, because they have their children, they have their family members. They will not sit for such a thing to happen. They will not even dream of that. Why you think Prince Charles Johnson, according to him, when he received call from people, they say, oh, what through the government, what through the government? Why he didn't take that route? Because you don't have the popular will of the people to encourage that nonsense. Because the people are not on your side. Look, Liberians, sometimes we can be like, we are lackadaisical, we are just don't care people. But one thing I can say for sure, my brother, there is no way that Liberia can revert. The appetite is not there.
Follower, you know what I said? You know what I said? This is my prediction. Let me break things down for Prince quick. Let me break things down for you, the followers. You know what I said? This is my prediction. I pray and I hope the military should be professional. That the let our system flow. Who they want, they put in power. We just thinking out of the box that maybe these things playing. Let me say something to Liberians here. I monitor Guinea. I still monitor them. Dumoya was in Europe here with all. He was in France. He went on some peace mission and other things then. Liberians, Conti, the Guinea former president, you were 80 something, you were 82. The opposition in that particular country, Guinea, you know the story. He was living everywhere because the old man was feeble, old, 82. The greatest opposition. What Conti did, he brought the same Dumoya. He took him from France. He brought Dumoya to quell down, Liberians were listening, to quell down protests in the country. He was going to hear a lot of protests on the country. When he came here, he gave a group of people they funded. The president, he was the president's son to the president, that the president sent for Dumoya. He quelled down all the harsh protests with real force. They quelled down majority of the protests. You can still go back on video, YouTube, the videos are there. People killed in Guinea Conakry. Every neighborhood, you will come and quell down the protest. Time for the election, Liberian. Every in the morning, every Liberian heard that the president, the state of coup, the president were arrested. Nobody was a bloodless coup. They just marched to the day that coup was playing Liberian. Because they seen Dumoya him, bro. They seen Dumoya overthrow him. What happened? The old man went exile for medical. After they paraded him on social media for the world to see, now their own son. After months and months, they get grace on power, threatening every area, brought their 12 men. The old man came back from exile, living in Guinea. What I'm trying to say, Liberians, you have put the pieces together. After years, he relinquished power in a surveillance rule. The Dumoya said he came to settle the country to get to surveillance. The military junta leader team, he turned to surveillance. He took part in an election. You know what happened? He won the election. Now, while ruling election, whatsoever happened between Liberia and him, as a news spread, some people say he get cancer. Some people say he's sick. Some people say they're pressing him. Liberians, you are listening. He's from France. Why he never went to a hospital in France? He in Greece, in Athens. He in Greece, I will speak now, Greece, right here in Europe. Why he go to that country where he left his whole life, France? Because he's scared of his life. So he went to Greece, in hiding that no camera, nothing will show. He failed. Then what happened, Liberians? Why I scared of Liberia when I be putting my pieces together, you come and overlook these things. What happened? A military leader leave the country. What he put in charge of the country? So it's like a minister. or somebody say be in charge of their company. He put General Amara Kamara in position. The loyalists with him, these guys are overthrow with him. He found a loyalist, he said, take care of government, take care of the president and the government, I will be back. He breached the constitution of Guinea. Who's sitting under him of the leadership now in Conakry, Guinea? Kamara, General Kamara, Amara Kamara. Loyalist to Dumuya. So in case anything happened to him, what will happen? The military come to power. First of its kind in the African region. You now see ECOWAS talk. Why no protest there in Guinea? Liberians are asking you the question. Why no protest there in Guinea by now? You say no, according to our constitution, you are civilian. Why put military junta? Why you put a military leader to head the government here? When something happened to the president, who ruled the country? The vice president. A military junta taking him of the country right now. If he better and everything go good, then he will come back. You even put somebody from the legislature and say, okay, you my boy here. Now the military all in the country still patrolling like a military rule. So first of it's coming in the West African region or in Africa. So you put that same scenario in our country. That the trend in the West African region we are following. Burkina Faso, Mali, Conakry, all these places, Equatorial Guinea. They're trying to bring back all military rule. And the citizen, they got the ability of the West African citizen in the country, other than embracing it, they believe that the military will change team back to behave in favor of the common people. No, that the biggest mistake they're making. Any military that comes to power, that country bound to be broke until you put your pieces together, because you're making everybody afraid to invest in the continent. That's why I'm putting pieces together. I say that's my predation. That my predation. We can look at all the scenario because Liberian, look at what the statement did on them made. Power, you telling CDC power was in your hand. But you can't go on your life power slide. You think that will get your power back? These are not word or alarming or Liberty Party people now seeking praises to the Unity Party because he in a House of Reps, because he is in a Senate. They allow the Liberty Party to be dead. He youngly conquered it. The so-called Liberty Party, the Charlie Bronski name. Well, Mr. Bronski, may his soul rest in peace. He rolling in that grave today. The man I couldn't say Joseph Zimi-Bamballa. He called him trouble, man. You are troubleless. The videos are there. Troubleless. And what happened today, Liberians? Bamballa and Bronski war come to pass. Over 50 locating strategic places in the government of the Republic of Liberia. No government inclusion. From the Gisi tribe. They now travel on steroid. When we see these things, then CDC they come here, they say they know that game plan. What kind of game plan you get? When people trying to tell you these things, these are scenarios that can happen. We know we are all in the West African region or in Africa. And then the Western world is different. What the ECOWAS is there, Liberians. ECOWAS, you don't count on ECOWAS. There are over a lot of places ECOWAS never intervened. AU is dead. You can call it OAU whatsoever. AU is dead. The reality, this organization is dead. United Nations is dead. They just having their name. They don't have great function anymore. Not the United Nations you knew before. Where's now you saw United Nations going to peace mission then? Their credibility sink. They are broke. United Nations is flat-footed. You're going to read. OAU part, they broke. AU, they broke. ECOWAS, They're hinking on one legs. They never been national paying their bills to support ECOWAS. Geneton, who Lord Geneton went to Equatorial Guinea. He wanted to settle that peace deal there whatsoever. He ran away from there. Former president, Nigerian president, he body overthrew. He body meant to overthrow. In Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea, one of the land in body. He was a military president. I mean, your John Titan, he couldn't win the election. He made them to overthrow. When ECOWAS did nothing. ECOWAS there. Guinea president overthrow. Dumuya overthrow. When ECOWAS did nothing. I'm putting pieces together, Liberians. ECOWAS is dead. They don't count on ECOWAS. Broke. They owe him. They don't. That all the members of ECOWAS don't pay their bills. OAU is dead. United Nations is dead. When I tell you my findings here, because I'll do my own research then before I come here. Guterres, then the UN ambassador, you don't have credibility. From Portugal, you don't have no credibility. They're just taking taxpayer money, making themselves rich. If you look around the world, the organization are fruitful. Nobody listens to them. The war in Gaza, the war in Iran, you know, see United Nations talk, they are rubber stamp. They're controlled by America. Because America is the highest, they pay the highest bill. Why you see United Nations so you're here again? When I'm breaking pieces down, I say all this organization is dead. First of all, the Mana River Union don't exist anymore. When last saw a group of Mana River peacekeeping mission, they said that put their alliance together in the West in our region, there will be no war. Mana River part, they just get need Mana River Union. You ever see Mana River forces? Or $10 million four-year mansion, just get erected up there. Joseph Baker said that Mana River Union something. You see any Mana River Union talking about it? Any leaders they talking about it? They do ya all of them. It's a rubber stamp. You don't count on all the organization. When something happens in your region, they're not coming for your aid. God, believe me. When serious trauma happen in Liberia and other places, they will never come. They are there. They don't have budget. They're not kind of force again why they were powerful. Huge corruption in United Nations. Go look at the United Nations building in New York. All dated building. They don't even renovate the building. The escalator, all of them broken down. I will give you one video. When Trump was addressing the United Nations, he stuck on the United Nations elevator. He condemned me. You go to video. I don't preach propaganda. Just go to video all on YouTube. Just put that Donald Trump going to the United Nations hall with the escalator. And all data building in New York broke down. All the chairs they're ratting. You're gonna go there and see it. I will never. The facts they are broke. Way back when we were growing, we saw about United Nations, UNICEF, all these people, they are dead because they are corrupt. Very corrupt. ECOWAS corrupt. OAU corrupt. So nobody will come to our help. When hear the disaster, let's say landslide or mudslide or what kind of disaster is happening in Liberia now, you think they will come to our aid? You see what happened in Venezuela during the World Cup? A serious earthquake. You see United Nations were there to help these people. The ally within that region in America went and sent people there to help. Where was United Nations? Where was the people? The United Nations, the so-called body, Guterres, the United Nations Secretary is a failure. He flopped because the organization is corrupt. RJ saying it with no fear. You're steady about them. OAU's a flop. You know the OAU chairman? Do you know they used to learn all these things in school? We know AU chairman now. Now just recently, Malabio obtained power to the Senegalese president to be ECOWAS boss now. He too fighting for his political life. because he greedy for power. That boy paraded, he said, everybody said the West, oh, there's a young guy in power, everybody. His own friend, till a brother. You see what disagreement because of greed for power. Liberia, I just seen these things, we putting scenario then together. I want asking Prince, where will CDC do when this scenario then happen in the country of Liberia, when it happen in our country? We put pieces together because you all know the story of the United Party. They never want to relinquish power. They all saying it. The Miata formula, the Sandro Johnson that we're on podium today. You say, oh, like Ellen Johnson selling and Amara Conan, how can Amara Conan bring Joy to power? So that why they got to answers for power. That why they did everything because they couldn't wait another 6 years. That why they did everything. They spread all on social media. Plenty of people all in the government because they knew the system for over 12 years. Undermine the governor of Georgia. Today they seated. And they know the guy, 86, they will be guy 86 year old man 2029 to protect their wealth. Then Jeremiah Kuhn made one statement. The thing circulating on social media, the vice president. See, all our bolo lands are weak. Nobody our bolo land. The vice president, the video circulating on social media. That was not step or tone. No. He was telling the librarian the reality. The whole bolo land, Prince said 18 years before. How we didn't have the drugs then coming. He said nobody to our border. Who the immigration boss? They sacked the me immigration guy that were critical with them. The men that brought all of them to power. The sacking. The vice president that sort of take the mantle of authority. The country is in disarray, Liberia. Imagine the vice president or our border, nobody is there. They're laughing. Imagine the people in the Senate laughing. I get surprised. Why Georgia putting oil in our country? Georgia all over. You don't know where it's coming from. Different region. So Liberians will put pieces together. But a CDC that one put a strategy and left with them. We just watch it playing. But well, there was some they'll say, yeah, Jake they said that they bought it, gave warning sign a long time ago. But they never listened to some of them because they're not real cronies of the CDC. Because if you look at the Unity Party, all the day, first they used to say, Joe, we're not coming to power, Joe, we're not coming to power. Then now they say, oh, you do power, yeah, when you do know, yeah, get it all, that is it. So Liberians, their Prince can take over, Prince.
For me, I will continue to say this. We are in a global village. What happened 20, 30 years ago was on a different atmosphere, a different condition, and a different sense, so to speak. My brother, right now, even the Unity Party people, they are not willing for Floyd to take over like this. I'm just speaking figuratively here.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is they didn't say.
Yeah, they paying property too. Yeah, they getting a too.
They want for no escrow to take place because they too they having properties.
Yes. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense too.
You know, my brother, let me tell you something. When you have a group of people who understands the importance of life and enjoyment, they will take time how to argue. They will argue, but they will take their own time. Because everybody will be afraid. Because they may be afraid when you start to argue, first they say, but when they may hear me, I'm supposed to go to the other place. I get my children here sitting. I get other property as well look after. I get the one I'm supposed to look after. So at the end of the day, they will have heated argument, but everybody will be afraid to touch anybody because you don't know the man's strength. So you get told you may be more, oh, I will do that, I will do that. At the end of the day, they will just walk away. That's why you see when mature people, I'm talking about the children there, when mature people, they are having, heated conversation or argument. They will argue to the extent that when you even around, you get afraid and you think that they come and go a lot of. But at the end of the day, they just do that thing, they walk away. Because in their argument, they are thinking, I got my children home. I'm supposed to go and hustle. The other person is depending on me. The other person is depending on me. Why if I join a man, they may take something I think and hurt me with it. Or I take something I heard a man with it, they take me and come in the station. So these are all the things that people be thinking about. That's why the older people get, their level of anxiety, it can ease down, it calm down.
Yes,
Their
true.
level of anger or reaction, it calm down. There they can talk. That's why you see older people, they talk more than they react as compared to young people. Young people react more than they talk. The older people, we talk more than we react. An elderly person will talk for the whole year.
Yeah.
Young people, they're physical, their temperament, they put it into action. So I'm saying, I'm giving all of these scenarios to tell you that, look, my brother, these people, they themselves, they know that they have messed up. But I don't think they are in a position to sit down and to ignite anything in our country.
Okay.
Look, we can talk so and talk so, my brother. But Liberia, that country there, that our country, and we thank God for that country. Some things that are happening in other countries, not happening in Liberia. Where say, oh, the other person here, kidnapped person. We get that nonsense in our country. We not get that nonsense in our country. We not get it. That country there, we can be hungry, but stay one way or the other. God can provide before the day comes to an end. Your man will call you and say, I'm going to Kobusha with you one or two spoons. You think we want to destroy that? You think we want a country where we'll be hunting family then? You hunt my family, I hunt your family. You think people want that? No, my brother. That country is the only country somebody who not working. At the end of the month, they can get good money to take care of one or two things. You think we want to destroy that? Look, all the things the Unity Party is doing, my brother, it is at the appropriate time. They BOAKAI, then they will come to themselves. Look, the Unity Party now. Look, the Unity Party of yesterday, not the Unity Party of today. It's not the Unity Party of today. Yesterday, they were visual. They were too arrogant. Now, that big mouth, my brother, I tell you something serious. That big mouth now, the men are operating on. They're not operating on the kind of agenda that they operated on yesterday, their forefathers. No. Now they're operating on big mouth, hard mouth. Now, oh, it's only because we have a party and an opposition where we decide that, look, the country, keep it peaceful. 24 hours, we can make BOAKAI run away from our country. 24 hours. Oh, brother, nothing that BOAKAI.
Yeah, you inside some places too now. So
they understand that.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean too.
Who not willing to do all that one, my brother?
Yeah, no, they too now willing to lose what they get to.
Yeah, even though they're not getting enough, we're praying for better things. But some people, to some extent, that at the end of the money can get at least $60 or $50. Some kind of way, it not enough, but they can manage it. Not willing for that thing, my brother. Not willing for that thing. The way you see BOAKAI misbehaving, we just look up. Look, they like, you see, you can observe something. They like, that's why I listening to, Edwin Slow. Oh, like, people are not talking. Oh, the opposition are talking. They are not talking. And you talking too. So they're talking that you're talking and I'm part of it. No, they're talking that you're talking. Are you not opposition? They're talking that you're talking and I'm part of it. How you want for the opposition to react? You think CDC will react based on the feelings of other people? No. Brother, we'll not do that. We'll not do that. We are a responsible political party that know how to handle issues. We have contacts internationally. The good thing that happened for the CDC is that we taste governance.
Yes.
Our leaders are connected to people the world over. That was one of the good things. Imagine when we did not even have the opportunity to serve. We had connection and we get the opportunity to serve. My brother, 2029 will be a defining moment. Look, 2029 finished long time. In the first 2 years of Joseph Newman BOAKAI, at the time we had 2029 election, my brother, I'm telling you this. In the first 2 years of BOAKAI, that was when we had the 2029 election. That was when we had 2029 election. The election finished. The reason why I'm saying it, because look, these people condemn everything. Drugs was the hallmark of the people agenda. Oh, cocaine here. Oh, drugs here. Oh, drugs this. Oh, drugs that. But today, what has happened? What fight have we seen from drugs? To the extent that the drugs have taken over the executive mansion. Look at what is happening. You can now see, look at what is happening with the EPS director, same gay. When that you saw same gay, they made it's totally avoiding the drug business. I got to say it's the FDA, man. They got to say FDA, man. The country is polluted, my brother. And the only reason why it's happening is because these people, they were broke.
Yeah.
They were broke. Well, let me attend to this.
Yeah, maybe we come back with discuss. A priest come back probably will play the video concerning because it's a training topic in Liberia, but I will dive into it a little bit, and Prince can probably will play some video. You see, Sandro Johnson, I know he's deputy or assistant whatsoever at Mika, the information ministry, because Amara Kone condemning the government concerning drugs. He went on a reloaded platform, their propaganda platform, where all the ministers then go to confuse the Liberian people because they can't bring another people on that platform. So of them. So when they will spread gibberish. They don't hardly play video, they don't compare, they just talk. Isale, Isoti Amara Kone, blah blah blah. You know the story that's circulating. But for him, insulting Amara Kone, it's not my cup of tea. But what I told from that video, Liberia had Ellie Johnson Shelly, Amara Kone, and brought Georgia to power. So Georgia came to power. Nothing happened to our healthcare system. Nothing happened to our educational system. Other things. You can do your own search to go look at that video. If they play the video, someone here now to come and debunk that propaganda. Let me remind Daniel Sandro. We know he's a stooge for the Unity Party. Everybody know how during the 6 years of George, how they were living in the country, begging, all the sedition then, because everybody needs to come together. Now the division are happening now. Said Georgia never did nothing for education, nothing for the healthcare system. Sano, you were there for 12 years. Honor man and Ellie Johnson Sally. We know we know your hands, we know where you're dating the country. You can come Ellen project on 5 fingers. Liberians, let me come to the healthcare system. You get an old hospital they call JFK. I know built in the 70s or in the 60s whatsoever. Named after John F. Kennedy. All hospital that all majority of the machinery broken. A lot of things. Liberia biggest hospital. George Rakim Melon Sandro Johnson. First of its kind ever in the history of Liberians. Every country get military hospital. Every country, every great nation. These are the first citizens of the nation, the military. Georgia built a 40 military hospital where you people enjoying today, you are criticizing that made a lot of people to survive in the corona period. The JFK today, he revitalized JFK. Machinery, Dalasi, never in the history of our country. All this machinery is there. They are there. Your king, DNA machine, everything. Let's look at the Emery Hospital. The king he found away in Dubai. The king he got through his contact. He put the Emery on the confine of that region that will supply a lot of people. The Emery, one of the modern art hospital. What happened to it? One of you people watch. in disarray. It's not totally functioning. The new Redemption Hospital that will be bigger than the JFK, better than the JFK. I'm talking about referral hospital in Grand Jida County. They made fingerprint concerning healthcare all over the place. So where you coming from, Daniel Sano? Are you blind? You think I mean preach propaganda anymore? When like when people see the hand mark of the president, you see the debate is different. A Prince, it will get video, Prince will play all this video here. You will see a vis-a-vis all the hospital. He built over 6 to 7 hospital. The redemption, you're not even trying to fix it completely. You're taking project. Let's go to education, Liberians. I'm talking about Sandra Johnson. I came to debunk his lies. Ever in the history of our country, Liberians, 30,000 enrollment at the University of Liberia, digital. It never happened before. Liberians, 30,000. You have to get video that you went to the University of Liberia and announced education free. They gullible people, they charlatan, they low IQ unity party, they were condemning free education. They used to sleep with people dollar day because of wire fee. All the BP minister then, what he did, he made wire free. Pay for everything on a watch. University lecturer and professor, Liberian people. On Ellie Johnson, Sally Sandro Johnson, where you don't know, your propaganda will never work. The statistics, the videos are not there. We play a piece by piece. University lecturer never made $2,000 before. He take that salary and put it to $2,000 per month. That's a profile of George Weah. That the record now we're debating your own. So all of your male propaganda, it will never work. The Liberian people not stupid anymore. Now during those days, you need to be reading from pamphlet. You will say anything, nobody can fact check you, nobody can debunk you. Some of us are here now. We're playing video in the health sector. The people that were saying, you harmonize our pay, we harmonize your vote, all this. They take all of their salary up. They were stealing drugs from the very hospital to tin the government bar because they knew the system. Yeah, Martha Morris today, making ugly statement in the country, we will spend the money to maintain power. If your feet joy and not do nothing, why you will spend the money on the citizen and to bribe the citizen to maintain power? I thought that your hand work, that BOAKAI hand work, should be comparing 6 years of BOAKAI and 6 years of George Weah. That's why I like our former Vice President Sally. Your Prince Moe then lie in Bong County. That George never did. Go to Bong County, go see the him out of President George Weah in Bong County. That's why the first lady said, now we compare what George did in Bong County and the left of Joseph Himan BOAKAI. This Liberia, that the comparison we are making now, their rules of 6 years early now there. Early on for now. We're talking about 6 years of George Weah and 6 years of they will bring video. Now AR, they will bring video, we will bring our own video. Everybody can detect AR video then now. Then we will campaign. Our campaign time, George, I will tell the CDC will buy projector upon projector. We'll put big screen everywhere we campaigning. We lay all our projector, all the him out of George Weah, the groundbreaking, the living of the structure, all the everywhere we buy projector, anywhere we go get campaign messages. It can be 3 person go get we play video upon video to convince them. Now those days what we just be talking. I say we're relaying from the groundbreaking, the RIA rule, all the speeches that he made, the $3 million that he gave to the people, the poor people to help them. We subsidized rest in our country for many years. Rest, our state before he subsidized it. Our rest was cheap in the Republic of Liberia. The electricity, all these things, we get all the video upon video, thousands of video will display all. That propaganda will never work. Now you will display BOAKAI uno handwork or uno project. That how we know that how a debate will be on. In that propaganda, now one person coming to be lying will tell you what we did for the chief there in the country. Baden Pickers, Motorbird, your chief there in the country now walking. Your paramount chief, then all your chief, they don't have no more respect. George Weah, he put serious armor on the chief then. They got respect on us says good year. Pick up with two motorbike for them to go from village to village in a community. They're highly respected. You have forum for them. The great chief Zamsa Kawa went today, you are left flat-footed because he's a chief, the biggest chief, because at that time he worked with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You see how wicked these people are. But when George Weah King started to work with George Weah, BOAKAI King, they start lying. Chief Sansan Kawa, where he said they call his legs. He worked with Ellen. The chief worked with people who come to power that are duty. When he worked with George Weah, when George Weah left, they start lying Chief Sansan Kawa. What happening to the chief? I don't know if they're not replacing or not. They call it legs. We saw that video. Nobody. Another guy that burned himself with gasoline for the Unity Party. Achipon.
Yeah.
Achipon. What happening today? The Liberian people, the Achipon, lie and burn himself. Where is Achipon now? Why the Unity Party ain't getting lucrative job? But they can give him the men, they spread propaganda here over in that propaganda. Where is Achipon Liberia? They're forgetting Achipon that destroy his own life because you were told him what of the Unity Party. Where is Achipon? They are happy. They help Achipon. They get any lucrative positions to the lucrative places like FPRC and other places because they lie. He got himself on fire. So what happening? A lot of stories upon stories that the debate we have, Liberian people. The video, I said, please get over thousands of video. Project of George Weah. We get it. We catalog all these things then. The hand matter. I always says in modern history, George is the only president that put him mark. You can see him mark all over the country. 400 or about 500 kilometers of road on George Weah. Paved, never happened since 1847. The statistics are there. The videos are there. Kilometers of road. And you say the man never did nothing. So, Prince, I think only 2 hour mark now. So we can close now.
Well, you know, the thing is, my brother Jake, we should not lose our trend of discussion on people like Dana Sambi because they are doing everything to divert the topic. What
Okay.
Liberia is faced with now is this cocaine gate. We refer to it in Liberia. And you can see that every time the approach that the government is taking, these are all approach to protect somebody from being exposed. This whole Zianga thing they want to appoint at that ministry, at their LDA. And we said this, like we said the last time. In my mind, I think that is a setup for Zianga. Look, the Unity Party, they know how to use you in order to get what they want to get. Look at Joseph Newman Boeka. The people who were running behind NSA, they will investigate, they will audit, they will, where NSA now? Why are they not auditing? NSA, they will audit NSA, they will carry NSA to Douala market, and they will audit NSA because, according to them, money was leaving from the budget, or money was being placed in the budget to NSA that people will go for. Why didn't carry NSA report to Douala Martin and go share here? Why is it that today the NSA under Joseph Newman Boyka has received double in terms of budgetary allocation than any other place? Look, this cocaine thing, these people are planted in the system. Nobody say, oh yeah, you know, Preacher Johnson, the man is a professional man. Look, all these things that these people are doing, they are aware. Joseph Newman Boyka playing all of this before even, you know, coming to this particular level. Like I was saying yesterday, Joseph Newman Boyka been dealing with these drugs people long ago, long time. When he was vice president, these are people that he dealt with. When he was in opposition, these are people that he was dealing with. So at the end of the day, the people have come to get what they agree upon. And Boyka is under obligation to protect them. So everything that you see Boyka doing, my people, you forget about that thing. Dismissing people. So if you dismiss these people, what evidence, what fact do you have? Okay, let's agree. Because Joseph Newman Boyka, the last time he dismissed some people from the executive mansion. So the people then why you dismiss, why are they not in jail? Because the reason why you dismiss them is because you have reached to the conclusion that they are involved into it. 100%. That's why you dismiss them. You did not suspend, but you dismissed them. Are they in jail? Have they been arrested? Today, as we speak to you, the cocaine is just all over the place. Everybody know that Gregory Como is protecting Joseph Newman Boyka, and Joseph Newman Boyka will do nothing to Gregory Como because Gregory Como told him, Papa, when you try it, the whole boat here will sink. You try it, the boat here will sink. So right now, the most feared man in the country now, that's how you call him Gregory Como. Because for the president to be afraid of somebody, you must know that man. Yeah. So the most feared man in our country, that Gregory Como. And the reason is very simple. It's because Gregory Como has been used by people like Joseph Newman Boyka and surrogate to carry so many, or to carry on so many diabolic acts. So at the end of the day, they get nowhere to carry that man. I mean, stick in their throat. Get a boom. They can't go nowhere. If it is any serious government, like what we have, if it was a serious government, that entire police will be overhauled. The entire police force will be overhauled. Why is it that the immigration is not talking? Because some of the people that came in the country, they came by means of, like, take for example, these two, how you call Caucasian that was arrested, or where people would say in our common language, how they enter the country. So you want me to enter the country without any immigration knowledge? That immigration is not briefing us, and that joint security matter. Any matter that joint security, we see now same day taking center stage. Why the immigration is not telling the public how these people enter the country? How did they enter? What that briefing us? How these people enter? Because when these things entering, custom must be aware of it. Or you get Dukley there at the port. The man was strategically placed at the port to allow the people things to come. Boyka is paying this cartel back their money. You don't mind that thing.
Don't be surprised that our diplomatic passport in the cartel people in.
But my brother is there. The thing is there. You think how the people the traveling? The thing is there. It's just
to get immunity all around the world.
Sure, to get immunity. So again, as I said, we'll keep our eyes on the ball. The issue now is with the cocaine that is in Liberia, and we should not allow people like Daniel Sanders and the other scalawags then to divert our attention. My brother, thank you.
Yeah, pray will not divert our attention, but when we hear this kind of story, we need to debunk it quick and put pieces together for the Liberian people. We get lay slack because we let Latin, because Liberians and the Georgia followers then letting them no slack on him and Costa then. I had they sang that propaganda in Liberian history. They play on the Liberian people, but when somebody was standing towards them to debunk them, every time they come, as he coming, you see what when Costa come now, we don't come for him. We say show video. So you were talking about that CIA story. Oh, Joe, I went to say you know, anything concerning the CIA is a classified. Joe Rasa would never leak what he went to the CIA office for. He would never tell nobody. Only the president alive, the classified document. You don't have no information on the classified document, you lie. Even American people that are in the Senate, in the Congress, they don't even have some information, classified information. So Joel will even never tell you innocent what the CIA called him for. So you, Henry Costa, you say you're to bring propaganda and smear. These are classified information. They can never be leaked. So wherever you come from, blah, blah, blah. So we are here to debunk most of their lies, Prince. We don't let anything slide anymore. That's how they ran away with lies and propaganda. That's how they spread that gibberish, the force who in the Liberian people and the body story. So when we see them coming from, we'll put fire there quick. We shut them up. Then we will show video to convince the Liberian people that I came here to debunk some lie. When we come tomorrow, we'll show some video then. When you take job and do nothing, education, the hospital, with all the referral hospital, then will display it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Jake. And let me say thanks to all. In a special way, I want to say thanks to the Rising Sun, our own brother there on the YouTube channel. Melvin, Koro, we appreciate you. Fumba, Kandakai, Onyang, you are highly appreciated for your presence. Juje Wenwu, how are you? We welcome all of you and want to thank you. On this note, we say bye until we meet again tomorrow. Have yourself a God bless day.
Bye-bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.